Hello everybody, this is Charles and I am back with another toy review, this time for the Hachette Mazinger Z Volume 33. Alright, so for Volume 33, just received it in the mail. Today we are going to form more of our powder and second part of the left fist. Okay, without further ado, let's get on to the review. So here we have the magazine for Volume 33. Just going to highlight a little bit more on the parts. Okay, the parts to form the hover powder, as well as the parts for second part of the parts for the left fist. Okay, over here with the assembly guide, which I'll go through more in detail later. And over here for the hover powder, actually for the hover powder I've actually assembled it prior to the review. So like I mentioned before, that I'm not very confident about wirings and such, which is why I did prior to the review. So over here, right, we just have to take note of some points for this cable. Okay, this wire, this tubing, this light tubing, which is this part, okay, this part, 33-9, this light tubing. You just have to make sure that it's 6 mm. So at the 6 mm mark from the tube to the golden ring, cut it off, okay? And then when after you've done it for both light tubings, you actually insert it over here. Okay, then you insert it over to the hover powder, put it together, insert it over here, this. Okay, and once you insert over here, any excess parts, okay, any excess parts over here, okay, you'll cut it off. Yeah, so anything which is excess over here, after inserting everything, putting everything through, right, just cut it off. Then you put the lighting, and then over here. So over here, right, is the seat of the hover powder, which I'll go through more in detail. So this seat, you're supposed to actually put it here. They didn't mention to put glue, but I think you should actually put plastic cement, which I'll explain a little bit more why. So once you put everything in, assemble, there you have the hover powder. Okay, so prior to showing, before I show the hover powder, let me just go through assembling this. So for this, okay, we have the parts over here. We need to use the parts from last week and this week. So just gonna go through the review. So for last week, right, I was thoroughly impressed, okay, that this part, okay, was die cast. Okay, let me just get the screwdriver out first. Let me get this over here. Okay, yeah. So this, I was really impressed it was die cast. But this week I was disappointed because this entire set is all plastic. Really, I was having expectation that this would be die cast because like this part is die cast, but this it was in plastic, so I was really honestly disappointed. I thought they would make it all die cast, but apparently they didn't think of it that way. So that was some sort of disappointment for me. Let me just open the screws. Yeah, for a $25 in issue book, and since you already started with one part of the fist being die cast, right, why not just let the entire fist be die cast rather than let the rest of the fist going to be plastic. So I'm hoping that at least the top part of this is going to be die cast, whereas the rest of the fingers are all plastic. Yeah, shame, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. And then it screws 3310. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 7 of them. Do I have 7 of them over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so I have 7 of them. So the first thing I need parts 0.33 2. 0.33 2 would be this part. So for this part, okay, taking week's parts together, slotting over here. Okay, so it fits in very tightly. So next thing, what you want to do, you want to screw it in tightly, which is what we'll do right now. So for simple parts, simple assembly like this, I definitely have no qualms about doing it during the video review. Okay, but even for this, I felt that screw isn't really okay. I think I'm getting a proper catch right now. Okay, just make sure it screws in tightly. Okay, it feels tight. Okay, so for the next one, just drop the screw in here. Okay. No, I think I really got the alignment a bit wrong. Let me see. Let me unscrew this. Yeah. Oh no, oh no, I think I got the alignment a bit off. Shucks. Okay. Okay, hoping I can salvage this. Yeah, I managed to salvage it. Okay, fortunately I managed to salvage this, which I hope I did to a considerable extent. Okay, so it's not... Okay, so let me tighten it a little bit more. It should be fine. Because I managed to get the catch correct, at least. Should be fine. Okay. Yep. Okay, so I think I got the... Just tighten it a bit more. Okay, I think this looks good. Yeah, scrape a little bit of the inside of the plastic out, but I think it's fine. Next we want to do parts 33-5 and 33-1. 33-1 would be this, the fingers. 33-5 would be this. Okay. So for this is pretty straightforward. I'm supposed to put these two together. And I'm not supposed to screw them together yet. So let me see, it just says, okay, I think just make sure it stays this way. And then we are going to get this major part, which is 33-6. And I have 33-4. 33-4 is probably the fingers, yeah. So I have two sets of this. Just take a look and make sure I got it correct. Yeah, so 33-4 are the fingers. Okay, so these are the fingertips. And then looking at how this is being assembled, I kind of guess it fits in this way. Nope, it doesn't fit in this way. Does it fit in this way? Okay, just gonna make sure I look at this, it makes sense. Okay, I think this makes sense. Yep, and then you're gonna use two more screws. Just gonna put it in here. Okay. Just be a little bit more careful over here. Just try not to damage the joint while I'm at it. Okay, the screws, okay, do go in, okay, but just a little bit tight to go in. So you really have to be careful. And then if you don't screw it all the way in, it doesn't stay in tight. So you really have to screw this all the way in, despite the fact that, you know, it's a little bit tough, but I think we just have to be a little bit patient. Okay, and once you get a catch, a nice catch, cool, this is correct. Okay, so on to the next one. On the other side, yeah. Honestly, I would feel a lot more assured if this was die cast. Yeah, because right now this is in plastic. I just feel that it may not be as sturdy. Okay, just gonna get this alignment done here first. Again, put a screw here. Okay, let's screw this in. Okay, we're gonna make sure this screw head goes all the way to the end. Okay, because if it doesn't, which means that it's not being held tightly. So you see, the gap doesn't close tight. So we just make sure this goes in. Just have to be really pressing it and screwing it in at the same time. Okay. Okay, let me look at it. Okay, this screw still has some leeway, so let's go a little bit further in. We just need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, because this is plastic, you see, so I do not want to over screw it and end up cracking the plastic or breaking it. Yeah, they really should have made this part die cast. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm gonna give it one final twist. I'm looking at the screw head. Yeah, it seems to be all the way in. Yeah, it seems to be tight. Okay, just gonna leave it the way it is. Okay, so we have the finger part done, and then we're gonna assemble this other part to the main arm, which is okay, this. So this, let me look at the instructions, see which makes more sense. Okay, I think it's pretty much straightforward. Yeah, you probably couldn't fit in the other way around. No, you can't. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward that this is the correct orientation. Okay, once you get this done, you need to get the previous part, which is this one, put it together. So you can see we already form another half of it. And once you get this done, okay, you can see the assembly is really coming together. Okay, and then you need to take another 2 screws and screw it in. Okay, let's make sure we do it correctly. Keeps coming off. Okay, I'm gonna hold this. Okay, I'll hold this part tightly. Okay. Okay. Oh no, it's getting out of alignment. Okay, hold it this way. Okay. Ah, gosh, I missed the thread again. Let me do it again. Okay, I'm gonna make, oh, see, and now this came off. Shucks. Okay, making sure everything is right on, holding this tight this way. Okay, getting the screw. Okay, align. Okay, we start screwing it in. Hopefully this goes in really smoothly. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling it tightening. Okay, I think it's a good fit. Okay, now we do the last screw. I mean, it's interesting how they assemble this fist, to be honest. I think by the time we are done with this entire fist, right, you probably wouldn't be able to see the inside. So yeah, it's pretty fine. All the screws are inside here. So just screwing in tightly. Okay, let me see. Feels pretty tight, but I think it can be tightened a little bit more. So let's tighten it a bit here. I think for this side it's pretty much all very tight, so I can't do any more. But for here, I can tighten it a bit more. Yeah. Okay, so cool. So we have this assembled right now. Really cool. Does feel a little bit shaky over here, but it has nothing to do with tightness because this whole thing has already been tightened to the max, so we can't go any further than that. So we do have some parts which are left, which is not part of the assembly because it went on to the next issue. So I think over here, what we have for the next issue probably to assemble. Oh, okay. I think we know what to assemble. Yeah. The rest of the fist. So I think in the next issue, right, we are going to have the assembly. Yeah, over here. How are we going to assemble this? This is very interesting. So okay, okay, I see how it's gonna be done. So over here, next issue, you can see the holes. Okay, there's screw holes over here, and there's holes over here. You're gonna stick this in, okay, and then you're gonna screw in these 2 holes. And once you put the fingers in, you're going to go through from the back. Am I gonna go through from the back? Let me see. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Oh. Okay, how are we going to go through the back? How are we going to go through it? Yeah, because it's going to go through here. Unless you're prepared for very long screws. Or maybe these 2 very long screws are going to go all the way to the back through here. Screw it tightly. Yep. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, let me see. This thing is supposed to go in here for sure. Definitely for sure it's going to go in here. Just a matter of how we're going to tighten it. Probably the tightening is going to be here. And over here, okay, you got to tighten it somewhere. But where? Yeah. I'll look through it again. Seriously, I have no idea how they're gonna do it. Yeah. So I do see holes. Okay, I'm gonna tighten here. But for here, I need to tighten here. So how am I supposed to do it? This is very interesting. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. And then I see two screws. They're supposed to go over here, which I already put in. Yeah, I already locked it in place. Yeah. So how am I gonna do this? Ah, interesting. So I'm pretty sure something is gonna go in here first. Just look on the fist, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna have the thumb. So the thumb is probably gonna hold this entire thing together. Yeah. So the question is, how is this gonna be held in together? If this is not screwed in. Interesting. Yeah, I think at the day's end, right, this prop is probably gonna be it's not gonna be screwed in, it's probably gonna be glued in. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna guess. So this part, I think for this, right, we're gonna screw it in for sure, but for this probably gonna be a glue on. Yeah. So we have the fist. Really no. So the wrist here, I mean the hand here is die cast, but the fingers are entirely plastic. So I mean, if you were to do a rocket punch and then it's a metal fist and plastic fingers, your fingers will break and your fist, I mean the rest of the hand will be okay, but yeah, this is just funny. Okay, anyway, so here we are. I think where we are right now for this issue, and I'm just gonna go through a little bit more on the hover powder. So after the assembly of the hover powder, right, you're gonna get this. Oh yeah, and for this issue they didn't have any mechanical file. Yeah, this issue is really focused purely on assembly. There's no mechanical file or nothing. Interesting. So once you assemble the hover powder, this is how it looks like. Okay, and if you assemble everything correctly, okay, and you're on it, this is gonna be quite impressive. Okay, I'm gonna switch it on. You're going to have the blades rotating, and then you're gonna have the lights. So it's very nice because it'll make sure that the light piping is actually aligned nicely, because you can see the orange light piping leading through this plastic pipes. And you can see once you align the light piping accurately, so in when you're placing a position of light piping, just to make sure that both of them, okay, are aligned horizontally, because the light will shine. So if you distorted or slanted one side, right, one light piping will get one more light than the other, so you wouldn't have the equal brightness for both sides. So right now here for mine, you see it's equal brightness for both sides, because I adjusted the light piping to make sure that they're parallel. Okay, so this is how it's done. So it's really cool. You can see this. And for the hover powder seat, right, just to show a little bit more, this seat, okay, I actually applied the plastic cement on it because it keeps falling off. So the instructions didn't say anything about placing like a cement or anything, but this seat just keeps falling off and irritates me so much that I put the plastic cement so that it stays over here and wouldn't fall off. Alright, so I think for the hover powder, right, we're almost near completion. We just need to have the parts for this, the fin, and then we need to have the control panel, and we put capital Koji in, and then we already have the glass panel that's just already ready. And I think more or less we're done with that. So right now, let me just switch it off first. Okay, but it's really cool looking at the blades rotate. Let me just switch it off first. Yeah, lights off and everything. Really cool. Okay, so let me just put together our dear Mazinger Z again at the end of the review, as what I've always been doing. Okay, component. Yeah, might as well do the head first. Put the hover powder there. Really nice. Really cool hover powder. Oops, hover powder fell down. Oh my gosh. Oops. Accidents do happen, but fortunately the hover powder is still in one piece. Yeah, I think okay, let me just test the battery to see that it's still working. Okay, the blades are still working. Really, really can't imagine. I mean, really accidents happen, but thankfully Mazinger is still in one piece. Everything is still okay. I think for hover powder the seat fell off, but I will put it back later. Not a problem. Okay, wow. The things that happen during a video review, right? Really, I have really nothing to say. Yeah, the accidents that happen during a video review. Okay, gotta make sure this thing is okay. Horrific, but okay, not something that cannot be salvaged, fortunately. Yeah, wow. Did my heart skip a bit? Yeah, you bet it did. I'm just glad the hover powder didn't break into pieces. I mean, if it's broken, the problem is right now that you wouldn't be able to get a lot of the issues unless you are based in Japan, and you'll probably be able to order from Hachette itself, but other websites, you know, like Amazon Japan, Hobby Link Japan or whatever, they get sell out pretty fast, so it's really almost impossible to get back issues. So the only way to get back issues is from buying direct from Hachette itself at this point in time. But we won't know when Hachette might run out of stock in their inventory. So once they are out of stock, that's it. You wouldn't be able to buy it again. So okay, here we have, you know, almost the fist almost done. Cool. Okay, I hope my viewers will not traumatize with this. But this is what you get, you know, for one shot video, and I don't plan to edit the video or anything. So anyway, here we are at volume 33, 33%. We are really one third. We are really one third into the assembly of this Hachette Mazinger Z. Really into one third of it. Really excited. Looking forward to it. And looking for volume 34 is going to be the assembly, complete the assembly for the left fist, right? And I think for the next 3 volumes, we are going to get the rest of the right fist and also to complete the hover powder. Right, so here's Charles signing off with yet another toy review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.